Welcome to the Gracie Note. I'm here with Aaron Lowe from the Voice Clinic in Toronto. He is a voice specialist to the stars. He treats all kinds of lovely singers like Sam Smith and Shawn Mendes. What we're going to do today is I'm going to ask him about warm-up and breathing exercises and how we can put our best voice forward every day that everybody can do. Thank you for joining us. And what do you think, what can we do to sound our best?
When we speak, some people feel they have to take a deep breath, or they have to take a breath before they speak. But we don't. When we laugh, we just laugh. So you're laughing air that you already had in your body. So when somebody steps to a podium and they go, and they take a breath and it comes up into their rib cage.
Yes, yes.
When you do this, if you try this and you lift your rib cage with a breath, your throat tightens.
Oh, that's true.
So your voice box says, I gotta hold on now.
Right.
And it's very much like blowing up a balloon. You blow a balloon up, it's got an elastic recoil.
Okay.
Your rib cage has a recoil. Well, if you were squeaking the neck of a balloon, that would be like speaking or singing on a chest breath. I call it a chest breath or a thoracic breath. Some people call it a clavicular breath based on the clavicle. You're not allowed to take a ribcage breath when you perform. In speech or in singing, we take ribcage breathing when we're in cardio.
Okay.
And we do ribcage breathing when we're anxious.
Oh.
If I got nervous, I would sigh.
I can see your shoulders move and everything up here move.
And we can't talk very easily.
Right.
Okay? And if we cry, we breathe up here. But when we laugh, we use our abdominals. I don't allow the use of the word diaphragm either, because a diaphragm responds to your abdominals.
Right.
So when we breathe in, we just relax our abdominals. And that brings air into our lungs through a physics principle.
Right.
But I don't want this theory to be, I need to take a big breath to start my speech or to start my sentence. So if it's a teacher or a lawyer or anybody that needs to use their voice, it's in you. Just work your voice. Don't take a breath first. Take a breath after a sentence, and then as your body feels a little bit of tension near the end of this sentence, and I can continue talking until I finish my breath, and then I can just relax.
Wow.
There's no work in the breathing in part. There's only work on the breathing out part, the speaking part.
Right.
Okay? So when I do voice exercises, if you did one of my voice exercises, and you did chest breathing in the voice exercise, you would feel lightheaded. You'd start to feel like you're dizzy and you're getting a little lightheaded. So it's sometimes dangerous if we don't proceed voice exercises with a little bit of breathing, because people will do them in their car, they'll do them while they're walking, and I don't want the dizziness to come, okay?
Have their earphones in and just pass out on the sidewalk.
A lot of people know of lip trills or lip buzzing or bubbles, okay? And I do, as a part of my warm-up, I do tongue trill, which is now the tongue moves in some people like that, and some people can't do that.
I know Sofia Vergara can do it.
There are Spanish or Italian or Portuguese that can't. It's based on their genetics of their tongue. But everyone with lips can lip trill. We can try too hard. So your lips have to be very relaxed, and I have to support my face and relax it a bit. So when I do it, I go to my jawbone and I lift my cheek a little bit, and then I use my stomach muscles. And then you relax. Now if you always do this in head voice, some of our artists that are in the opera genre would start, and they would go to their highest voice first. I typically don't want that. I want them to work from their lower sound to their higher sound very slowly. So I'm not doing scales and I'm not doing arpeggios. We're just going from low
flushed and everything. It was like a total
You-
experience.
You block your resonance. There's no nasal resonance in trills, but I don't want the trill to sound like it's stuck in your throat either. Like this would be, if I didn't use my hand, I would sound like this. It sounds washed out. It sounds thin. And then if I want to move to falsetto, and then we got to kind of tie them together.
Yeah.
Because they're two different muscle zones of the voice. So
Right.
doing those exercises in slow glissando up and glissando down, in chest voice, low voice, and low middle voice, get your speaking voice going. So everybody every day should be getting ready in the shower, in their car, and doing then you just keep going till your energy and your breath stops, and then you relax and you start it again.
Is it like, say someone can't do it, can they learn to do
You
it?
can learn to lip trill for sure.
Okay.
If someone can't roll their R,
Blah, 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 blah.
it's like, and there's no hope.
There's no hope.
Generally,
Sorry.
no. There's some people they're frustrated with it and they can do it, but they can't do it because their breathing is off. I find only problems with those that are really challenged with certain coordination levels,
Okay.
that they can't do it, or they don't like it. Some people
That's
just
the
don't.
biggest
I don't want to do
problem.
that.
I don't like
Okay,
it.
That's
No.
fine. We'll do something else. But we'll
Yeah.
source something, whether it's a vowel at that point or a process that they can do comfortably.
And when you do it, what is it working? Can you name kind of like either the muscle groups or what it's hitting when you do that?
Yeah, your voice when it's elongating the vocal cords. Your vocal cords are sort of flat in your body at the top of your windpipe.
Right.
But when they go from low to high,
Uh-huh.
it's like pulling a slingshot back. The vocal cord is actually getting longer.
Oh.
Now, that incorporates the two bottom cartilages of your larynx, and those two cartilages articulate off of each other to make that happen.
I see.
So that's why emotion and stiffness can impede that, because when we get tight and we're emotional, it stops those muscles from working. So we try to kind of get blood circulating into the voice with this exercise, and the muscles work very naturally. The background to it is we really can't create a glottal attack in a trill.
Okay.
We can't do something like ah, where your chords smash like cymbals.
Right.
When you do a trill, you're just floating your voice up into a sound. It's not it's
Okay.
so you're creating air first
So it's a
to
little
get
more
the tongue
gentle.
going,
I see.
and you can't compress as much, you can't tighten as much, because your tongue will stop,
Right.
or your lips would stop.
Right.
And so it's sort of one of those safety exercises. We can have someone start to learn how to do it better, and then push them towards their athletic demands. But I always recommend a couple minutes and then a break, and then a couple minutes and a break. And as you go through those few minutes, your mucus will move off the vocal cords, you'll heat up due to friction,
Right.
and the voice starts to feel better and lighter, and it's still 7 in the morning.
So everyone, lip trills, not in your chest and clavicle breath.
With your tummy,
Yes.
and do them until you're comfortably finished air, and stop and start as you need. Just think of it as a set in a gym. You can't do 100 push-ups in a row. You're going to do 10 sets of 10.
And work up to
And
it
work
after
your way
that.
up to it.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. That's so everyone, give that a shot, and thank you for inviting us to the Voice Clinic. You can learn all about Aaron Lowe and his clinic down here, which is beautiful in downtown Toronto, by going to www.thevoiceclinic.com. And thanks so much. Bye, guys.